beloved chosen one. Heaven pauses right now, yes, this very instant, to speak directly into your spirit. The noise around you stills, and eternity leans close. You are not like the rest. You were never meant to blend in, never meant to walk among shadows pretending you were ordinary. You carry the royal bloodline of heaven itself. From this day on, your walk changes. The weight you once bore as a burden becomes your crown. Listen closely, because this is the moment your royalty awakens. There have been nights when your tears spoke louder than your prayers, when heaven seemed silent and the world mocked your hope. Yet every ache, every unanswered question, every delay was divine design. You were being refined, not rejected. The throne was not denying you, it was preparing you. You have been hidden, not forgotten. Every silence was a setup, every storm a shaping of your strength. You wondered why you could not fit in, why rejection chased you from every crowd. But what you call rejection, heaven calls redirection. The king never trains his warriors in comfort. He anoints them in solitude. You were never supposed to fit into systems made by men. You were designed to govern them. You carry the authority of light in a world that bows to counterfeit crowns. As you read these words, something in your spirit stirs. It is the sound of your true name being spoken again in the courts of heaven. You are being summoned. This message is not coincidence, it is divine intervention. The same voice that spoke galaxies into order now calls your name. Rise. You are being called to remember what your spirit already knows, that you are royalty, not because of lineage on earth, but because of covenant in heaven. Look at your scars. They are not marks of defeat, but symbols of inheritance. Each wound tells heaven that you survived what should have destroyed you. You wear victory even when you feel weary. Your heart carries the proof that darkness could not kill what God ordained. And now, the King himself whispers, "Stand up, my chosen one." The season of crawling ends tonight. The authority that flows from your mouth will soon terrify the darkness that once mocked you. You are stepping into a season where peace will obey your command, where storms will bow at your word, and where fear will recognize your voice and flee. You are not stepping into favor, you are stepping into rulership. The royal seal is being placed back into your hands, and heaven declares from this day on, you will walk in royal power. Take a breath, feel the shift. The air around you has changed because your spirit has changed. The atmosphere of defeat that once surrounded you is breaking off now. The weight of insecurity, of fear, of not enoughness, it lifts. You are not small. You are not forgotten. You are heaven's ambassador wearing invisible robes of glory. And now, heaven confirms your identity with this sacred reminder. The apostle reminds us in his letter to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 37. No. In all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. These words are not a poetic comfort, they are your spiritual title deed. You are not merely surviving, you are more than a conqueror. Every battle you face is already under your feet because victory is woven into your very DNA. The same love that crowned Christ with triumph has crowned you with unshakable authority. From this day, you will no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstances, but as a vessel of divine command. You will stop asking for permission to shine and start walking as the light you were sent to be. The same spirit that raised Christ from the dead is awakening within you, stirring your royal nature to rule with grace, wisdom, and courage. Beloved, rise from the dust. The crown is waiting. You are not merely a believer, you are a chosen ruler. The scepter is spiritual, but its effects are tangible. When you speak, heaven moves. When you pray, hell trembles. When you walk, angels accompany your steps. Look again at the path ahead. It no longer looks barren. The dry ground beneath you is beginning to bloom because your presence carries divine authority. Every closed door that mocked your obedience will soon swing open, not by might nor by power, but by the decree of the King you serve. And as you step into this royal walk, I invite you to take a simple yet prophetic action like this message if it resonates with your spirit. Share it so another hidden royal may awaken, and subscribe to stay connected to the stream of divine revelation flowing through this space. Heaven uses vessels like this to keep the chosen aligned and equipped. Now, beloved, type this number below as your declaration 777. The number of divine completion and heavenly perfection. When you comment it, you're not just typing digits. You're making a prophetic act that seals your alignment with royal destiny. The kingdom is watching. The heavens are rejoicing. From this moment on, you will walk in royal power. You remember now. Chosen one. The weight that once pressed you down was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to remind you of the crown you forgot you wore. The world told you to shrink, to blend, to hide your light for the comfort of those still trapped in darkness. Yet deep down, you always felt it, that quiet fire that refused to die out. It flickered beneath the noise of doubt, beneath the disguise of normal, beneath the weariness of pretending. And now, heaven pulls back the veil and whispers, remember who you are. You were not created to chase validation. You were designed to carry revelation. There was a time when you walked as if you were unworthy, thinking that humility meant silence, that grace meant allowing others to step on your peace. But humility is not hiding your light. It's understanding that your light comes from a higher source. When you walk in your divine confidence, you glorify the one who crowned you. Beloved, the reason the enemy fought you so violently is because he recognized your crown long before you did. He saw the glimmer of destiny resting on your soul and tried to bury it under guilt, shame, and exhaustion. But he failed, because what heaven seals cannot be unsealed by hell. Your true identity has been written in eternal ink, unchangeable, untouchable. The royal bloodline within you flows from the veins of divine purpose itself. You must understand these crowns are not given when the battle is easy. They are revealed when the battle is over. And you, chosen one, have already endured storms that were meant to strip lesser souls of faith. Yet here you are, still breathing, still believing, still chosen. Every trial has polished your spirit until it reflects heaven's glory. Every scar has become a gem in your invisible crown. There is power in remembrance. The enemy thrives in your forgetfulness when you forget the promises spoken over your life, when you forget the victories already won. But when you remember, you awaken heaven's rhythm within you. That rhythm shifts the atmosphere around you, aligning everything you touch to divine timing. This is why today, heaven calls you to remembrance, to look inward and reclaim what you lost to fear, what you surrendered to doubt. The crown you forgot is not ornamental, it is functional. It is authority wrapped in grace. It governs how you walk, how you speak, how you decide, how you forgive. You are not called to react, you are called to reign. The royal in you doesn't need to fight for validation. The royal in you knows that silence can be a throne, that peace can be a weapon, and that forgiveness can be an act of dominion. As you remember your crown, you begin to move differently. You stop explaining yourself to those who never saw your value. You stop chasing people who were never meant to walk your road. You stop trying to prove your worth to systems that benefit from your doubt. You start living from heaven's perspective, where every loss was training, every delay was positioning, every heartbreak was sanctification. Listen closely. Chosen one crowns are heavy, not because they oppress, but because they remind. The weight of it keeps you bowed, not broken humble, not hesitant. Royalty without reverence becomes rebellion. That's why God allowed seasons of obscurity to keep your character anchored while your calling grew in silence. You were hidden not to be forgotten, but to be protected until the appointed time. And that time is now. The Spirit of God leans close to your heart and whispers again, "Lift your head, beloved. The crown is still there. The dust may have settled upon it, but its shine never left. The world may have questioned it, but heaven never did. When you walk with the memory of your crown, you walk with clarity, authority, and unshakable peace. You stop fearing what's coming next, because royalty does not fear tomorrow, it governs it. Heaven confirms this truth through the ancient words that still breathe life today. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 8, verse 5. You have made them a little lower than the angels and crowned them with glory and honor. That is you. Crowned not someday, but already. Clothed not with arrogance, but with divine honor. You were never beneath your circumstances. You were standing above them the entire time, though the fog of pain tried to make you forget. That verse is your spiritual mirror. Look into it and see the reflection of who you've always been. So stand tall again. Walk with measured steps. Let your words carry weight, not worry. Let your actions reflect kingship, not chaos. Remember, you are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory. You are not trying to earn love. You are enforcing what love already gave you. The royal path is not always smooth, but it is sacred. Every choice you make from this moment forward echoes through eternity, shaping atmospheres and shifting generations. And though you may walk through valleys, your crown never dims, it only gleams brighter against the shadows. From this day on, may your remembrance become your revelation. You are not the same person who started this journey. You have remembered your crown, and with that remembrance, your authority returns. Chosen one, you have walked through fires that others would have fled from. The refining fire of the called is not meant to comfort, it is meant to clarify. You have been placed in divine heat, not to destroy you, but to reveal what was hidden within you. Every time you thought you were breaking, you were actually being purified. Every time you cried out, "Why me?" Lord Heaven whispered back, "Because I trust you with the flame." Fire doesn't ask permission to change what it touches. It consumes the unnecessary, melts away the masks, and leaves only what is pure and real. And that is what God has been doing within you. He has been burning away imitation strength so that true power can rise. You were never being punished, you were being prepared. The flames that surrounded you were heaven's forge, shaping your spirit into something unshakable. The gold of divine character can only be formed under pressure. You have felt the intensity, the unanswered prayers, the betrayals, the silence that seemed to echo louder than any word. But the refining process has always been love in disguise. The King refines his chosen ones because he refuses to send them out half-formed. Every test you faced was a royal trial. Every heartbreak a hidden lesson in kingship. You see, power without purification leads to pride. Anointing without discipline leads to downfall. That is why heaven held you back when others were being celebrated. You were being refined while they were being revealed. But the difference is eternal. You will last. They will fade. Because what is forged in holy fire cannot be undone by earthly storms. The fire didn't come to kill you, it came to kill what was killing you. Fear was burned out. Doubt was burned out. People-pleasing, self-hate, pride, and pain all consumed in the sacred blaze. You stand now as one who has passed through and survived. You are different, not because you escaped the flames, but because you endured them. Beloved, you must understand the called are always refined before they are released. When God refines you, He's not testing your strength. He's revealing His in you. He's showing the world what fire cannot destroy. And now, as the smoke clears, your spirit shines brighter than ever before. The smell of smoke is gone, but the glow of glory remains. When you look back at the moments that hurt you most, you will see divine fingerprints all over them. You will see mercy hidden in the madness, direction disguised as delay. You will understand that every tear was watering the soil of your next season. Heaven wastes nothing. Even your pain is prophetic. It speaks of resurrection. The world will wonder how you still stand, how you still smile, how you still have faith after everything. But you will know the secret: you were refined by fire, and the fire made you royal. It stripped away the false identity you once wore and revealed the radiant one heaven placed upon you. And so the Word of God declares this eternal truth, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old, in the book of Zechariah, chapter 13. Verse 9, I will refine them like silver and test them like gold. They will call on my name and I will answer them. I will say, they are my people. And they will say, the Lord is our God. Let these words settle deep within you. You are not forgotten, silver in the corner of the earth. You are the treasure being polished by the hands of the Almighty. Every burn mark has purpose. Every scar has a story that heaven will use to heal others. Do not despise your refining, beloved. The fire that once frightened you is now your ally. It no longer burns you, it builds you. It no longer consumes you, it crowns you. The moments that once broke you will become your ministry, the evidence that God can create royalty out of ruin. You will soon look at your reflection and recognize strength you didn't know you had. You will speak, and authority will flow effortlessly, because it has been tempered by surrender. The fire made your yes to God stronger than your fear of the unknown. That's what happens when chosen ones emerge from refining. They become unstoppable. Now, chosen one, I invite you to seal this moment. Type these words below as a declaration of agreement. I am refined. You may think it's just a short phrase, but in the Spirit, it's a prophetic act. When you declare it, you affirm that your suffering was not wasted, that your past pain has become purified purpose. You're not asking for rescue anymore, you're recognizing your transformation. Each word you type builds spiritual momentum, aligning your heart with heaven's next move for your life. Remember this always: the fire didn't just touch you, it transformed you. The same flames that tried to end you have become the light that will guide others. And as you walk forward, refined and radiant, you carry the proof that those who are chosen can never be consumed, they can only be crowned. Chosen one, the quiet years were never wasted. You may have mistaken them for stagnation, but in truth, they were the most sacred part of your preparation. Heaven's greatest work often happens beneath the surface, unseen by the eyes of men but deeply felt by the heart of those who are called. You have lived in those hidden places where no applause echoed, no spotlight shone, yet God Himself was shaping you into a vessel worthy of His power. There were seasons when you cried out, "Lord, have you forgotten me?" and all that returned was silence. But that silence was not absence, it was strategy. The king does not speak during every moment of training, because his silence strengthens your trust. In the quiet, your faith learned to breathe on its own. You discovered that God's presence is not proven by noise but by peace. You became familiar with stillness, and that stillness built your strength. Hiddenness has always been the cradle of greatness. Every chosen one must endure it. Joseph was hidden in prison before he ruled in the palace. Moses was hidden in the desert before he led a nation. Esther was hidden among maidens before she became queen. And you too were hidden while the world looked away. Heaven watched intently. You were not being overlooked. You were being overprepared. In those silent years, God refined your motives. He stripped away the desire to perform and replaced it with the desire to please Him. You began to understand that purpose without purity becomes poison. So He took His time with you. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment, each one was a chisel in the hands of a loving sculptor, carving away the unnecessary until your heart aligned perfectly with His design. You felt lonely, but you were never alone. Angels guarded your unseen battles. Heaven recorded your whispered prayers. Even when your own strength faltered, the Spirit interceded for you in groans too deep for words. And though you could not hear it, your name was being mentioned in divine conversations spoken by God in the courts of heaven, as He orchestrated what would one day unfold before men. The hidden seasons are where intimacy is born. Without them, your crown would become heavy with pride instead of humility. God allowed the isolation so that when your elevation comes, you will not forget the one who lifted you. You learn dependence not as weakness, but as sacred strength. The world trains leaders through ambition. Heaven trains them through surrender. You learn to recognize God's hand even when His voice was quiet. You learn to worship without witnesses, to build without affirmation, to keep walking when there was no sign of progress. That is the proof of maturity, the kind that cannot be faked, bought, or borrowed. You became authentic in the silence, and authenticity is the language of the chosen. There is beauty in being unseen for a time. The roots of a tree are hidden long before its branches are admired. The same is true for you. God was establishing your roots deep enough to withstand the winds that will blow when you rise. Without the hidden years, the weight of visibility would crush you. Now, when recognition comes, it will not corrupt you. You will carry it lightly because you learned in the dark that your worth does not come from what people see, it comes from who called you. When you reflect on that quiet period, you will realize that heaven never stopped speaking, it simply spoke in a new language. Silence was not emptiness, it was instruction. It taught you the rhythm of divine timing, the patience to wait, and the courage to stay faithful when nothing seemed to move. You may not have noticed, but your faith muscles grew stronger with every silent day. And now, heaven unveils the mystery behind your hiddenness with the eternal truth written long ago. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarry not, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not delay. This, beloved, is the heartbeat of your hidden years. The vision was never denied, only delayed until its appointed time. You were not waiting for your moment. Your moment was waiting for you to mature into the one who could carry it well. Every pause in your journey was heaven's protection, ensuring that what is eternal in you would not be wasted on what is temporary. Now, as silence begins to fade, a gentle shift occurs in your spirit. You can sense it, the divine rhythm changing, the preparation nearing completion. The same hand that hid you is now ready to reveal you, and when it happens, it will not be random. It will be right on time. So do not resent the quiet that birthed your strength. Every prayer, every tear, every lonely night will soon make sense. You will look back and bless the silence because it built the person the spotlight could never destroy. You were hidden for a holy reason. The time of revelation is near. Zoe, chosen one. The moment has come, the royal mantle descends, and you may not feel ready, but heaven declares you are. What has been forming in secret now begins to rest visibly upon you. You sense it in the atmosphere around you, like a warm wind after a long winter. The mantle carries both beauty and burden, and yet it fits you perfectly. It was tailored by the hands of destiny, stitched with threads of grace, and lined with the fabric of every tear you've ever cried. When a mantle descends, the earth feels it before you do. People may begin to treat you differently. Some will be drawn to the light, others repelled by it. Do not mistake resistance for rejection. It is simply the echo of spiritual recognition. The darkness knows your name now. The anointing you carry disturbs what is unhealed, awakens what is sleeping, and challenges what is false. You were never meant to blend in, you were meant to shift the atmosphere. This new mantle is more than a symbol. It is an invisible cloak of purpose. It carries authority that cannot be learned in classrooms or bought through influence. It rests on you because heaven trusts you. You have proven faithful in the hidden place. And now the Father places responsibility upon your shoulders not as a weight, but as wings. Think of the mantle as a torch in a storm. You will carry light through places others fear to walk. Your words will become fire that warms the hopeless. Your presence a shelter to those lost in cold seasons of despair. Every act of kindness, every prayer whispered in compassion, every moment you choose love instead of vengeance, all of it becomes the evidence of your mantle in motion. You are being anointed not for fame, but for function. A true mantle is never for display, it is for service. It's not about walking above people, it's about walking with them, carrying the fragrance of heaven wherever you go. Your life becomes a living sermon, your endurance a testimony. You are a reminder that grace can wear human skin and still look glorious. And heaven confirms this holy reality through ancient words that still blaze with truth. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. You, beloved, are that city. You are the beacon on the hilltop. You are the evidence that God still chooses the humble to confound the proud. Do not shrink from your glow. The world is darker than ever, and your light is desperately needed. Now, as you carry this mantle forward, remember even the brightest flame needs fuel. The oil of your anointing flows through prayer, through gratitude, through community, and through giving. The same way a lamp burns steadily when the oil is replenished, your purpose remains radiant when you stay connected to what sustains you. That is why I ask you, from one soul to another, if this message has stirred something deep within you, let it not end here. Keep the flame alive. Like this message so the light can reach more souls still wandering in shadow. Share it, not for numbers, but for names, the names of those who have forgotten their worth, those who need to hear that heaven still calls them chosen. If you feel the pull in your spirit, subscribe, stay connected to the stream of divine reminders that keep your heart aligned. These are not just words, they are lifelines sent in due season. And if your heart feels led to pour back, to sow into what nourishes you, consider giving. Every seed you plant, whether through prayer, support, or a simple act of generosity, becomes fuel for more voices to hear the call of their own awakening. Think of it like tending a lighthouse. Your offering keeps the lamp burning for the next lost ship finding its way home. You see, generosity is never about money alone, it is about movement. It is the way heaven multiplies what it blesses. When you give into light, that light expands. When you support what carries truth, the truth travels farther. It is how the kingdom grows, one flame touching another until the world begins to glow again. Your mantle will continue to attract both favor and friction. But do not fear. Even the wind that tries to extinguish your flame only fans it brighter. You are anointed to withstand what others cannot. to persevere where others would pause. Every challenge becomes confirmation that the mantle you carry is real, so wear it boldly. Walk as though heaven has placed a royal garment upon your shoulders, because it has. You are the torchbearer of this generation, a vessel chosen to ignite revival through the way you live, speak, and love. When people look into your eyes, may they see the reflection of the one who chose you long before you ever believed in yourself. The royal mantle has descended, and it fits perfectly. Heaven's light rests upon you like morning sun upon the mountain peaks. From this day forward, your walk is not ordinary, it is sacred. You are covered in authority, clothed in compassion, and charged with divine responsibilities wherever you go. Remember this: you carry the warmth of eternity for those still standing in the cold. Chosen one. The time has come for you to hold the scepter, not one made of gold or earthly metal, but one forged in unseen realms, the scepter of spiritual dominion. It rests now in your hand, invisible yet undeniable. You feel its weight not of burden, but of responsibility. This scepter does not strike enemies. It establishes peace. It does not dominate. It governs through love and righteousness. The King of Heaven has entrusted it to you because your heart has been proven faithful in the hidden places. This spiritual scepter represents authority, not arrogance. It is the power to command storms to still, to declare life into dry places, to speak healing where others have spoken harm. When you open your mouth under divine alignment, creation listens. Every word shaped by faith becomes law in the unseen. You are no longer merely praying, you are decreeing. You are no longer hoping, you are ruling through the authority of the one who sent you. The reason your warfare has intensified lately is because the enemy recognizes the shift. He knows that when you finally realize the authority you carry, his influence over you will collapse completely. You have spent too many years bowing to fear, apologizing for your light, and negotiating your worth. But the scepter cancels negotiation. It reminds you that your authority is not borrowed, it's inherited. Every chosen vessel must learn the balance between humility and power. You do not wield this authority to prove your strength, but to manifest God's. True dominion flows from surrender, not superiority. When your will aligns with His, your voice becomes an echo of heaven itself. And when heaven speaks through you, no force of darkness can remain. Beloved, lift the scepter in prayer, in faith, in love. Lift it when anxiety tries to grip you. Lift it when the shadows whisper that you are weak. Lift it when doubt creeps in like mist around your mind. When you raise that invisible rod of authority, heaven recognizes it instantly. Angels respond. Darkness retreats. Atmospheres shift. You may not always see it, but in the Spirit, mountains move. The Word of God gives a glimpse into this holy mystery. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 16. Raise your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea to divide the water so that the Israelites can go through the sea on dry ground. That moment was not about wood and water, it was about authority and obedience. The sea did not part because Moses shouted, it parted because heaven recognized divine alignment. You, too, hold that same authority. Your faith is the staff, your obedience is the strength, and your decree will open pathways where none existed before. You have been called to command peace into chaos, not complain about it. To declare healing over your mind, your home, your generation. The scepter is not symbolic, it's strategic. Heaven placed it in your hand the moment you said yes to your calling. You may not have realized it then, but every time you prayed through pain, every time you refused to give up, you were lifting it higher. From this day on, Let your words carry royal precision. Don't waste speech on fear or gossip. Your voice is a throne room instrument now. Speak only what builds, what blesses, what binds darkness and births destiny. You are no longer reacting to life, you are directing it through the authority of your king. And yet, never forget dominion is not loud, it is quiet confidence. When storms rage, you remain still, because you know the one who commands the wind stands beside you. When doors close, you do not panic. You decree that new ones open in perfect timing. You do not fight for attention. You carry peace that draws it naturally. That is royal power authority clothed in calm. Now, beloved, heaven invites you into prophetic agreement. Take this moment to act in faith. Comment this number 444. When you type 4444, you are not merely entering digits. You are declaring alignment with divine authority. In prophetic language, it represents angelic order, spiritual foundation, and the solid establishment of heavenly purpose in your life. It means the structure of heaven is taking form through me. As you write it, believe that your steps are being stabilized, your decisions directed, your words empowered. You have walked as a servant long enough. Heaven now calls you to rule not over people but over the chaos that once ruled you. You will command storms to bow and destinies to unfold. The same God who gave Moses his staff has given you this scepter. Lift it, use it, and never forget who placed it in your hand. Your authority is awakening. Your voice carries weight. The heavens know your name. The scepter is yours. Wield it with love. Walk in peace, and watch the earth respond to the dominion of the chosen. Chosen one. When light rises, darkness reacts. The moment your crown began to shine, the atmosphere around you shifted. What once ignored you now notices you. The clash of thrones has begun, not a battle of flesh and blood, but of authority and allegiance. Every realm recognizes rulership, and the forces of darkness know you now carry heaven's seal. You walk as one marked, and that mark both attracts and agitates. This is why some people turned cold without reason, why situations that once flowed now resist you. It is not punishment, it is proof. Darkness does not bother what does not threaten it. The friction you feel is confirmation of your influence. You carry a royal light, and where it shines, false kings tremble. You have stepped onto a battlefield that cannot be seen with mortal eyes. Yet, you are not to fear it, you were born for it. The clash of thrones is ancient. It began before the foundation of the world. When pride tried to overthrow purity, when rebellion tried to dethrone righteousness. But light never loses. Every shadow is temporary. And now, that same battle continues not in heavenly realms alone, but in the chambers of your mind, in the choices of your heart, in the convictions you defend daily. You stand between two thrones, one of fear, one of faith. You must decide which will rule. Beloved, your crown is not a decoration, it is a declaration. It announces your allegiance to the eternal kingdom. That is why the enemy seeks to confuse you, to make you doubt, to whisper lies about who you are and what you carry. He knows he cannot take your crown, so he tries to make you forget it's there. If he can convince you that you are powerless, he can delay your dominion. But even deception bows to truth when you stand firm. The royal power you possess is not about conquest, but about commanding peace where chaos roars, commanding order where confusion reigns. The throne you defend is not external, it is internal. Your mind is the territory heaven wants to secure. Every anxious thought that once ruled you must now bow. Every lie that said you were unworthy must now fall silent before truth. This is the throne war within you, the battle to believe what God has already spoken. The Lord has always raised his chosen through confrontation. There must be resistance for revelation to grow. Your trials are not curses, they are coronations. Every conflict is a crown in disguise. When you face betrayal, when you endure misunderstanding, when you keep loving despite opposition, you are enthroning heaven in places where hell once ruled. Do not think of spiritual warfare as constant chaos. It is the evidence of transition. The more territory you reclaim, the more noise you will hear. But remember, the louder the battle, the closer the victory. You are not being attacked because you are weak. You are being opposed because you are effective. The king does not give his finest soldiers easy missions. And though the clash is fierce, you do not fight alone. The armies of light move with you, unseen yet unstoppable. When you speak truth, angels are dispatched. When you choose forgiveness, chains break in realms beyond your sight. Your obedience is warfare. Your consistency is victory. Heaven seals this revelation with an eternal word that anchors your courage. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 19. They will fight against you, but they shall not prevail against you, for I am with you, says the Lord, to deliver you. This is your assurance, your battle cry, your peace in the storm. They will fight, yes, that is certain, but they will not win. Your endurance is divinely backed. The throne of heaven guarantees your triumph. The crown upon your spirit cannot be shaken because it was placed there by the hand of the Eternal. So lift your head, chosen one. The battlefield is not meant to break you. It is designed to broadcast your authority. When darkness surrounds you, do not retreat, release light. When confusion attacks, speak truth. When heaviness lingers, worship. These are the weapons of royalty, and they never miss their mark. Do not seek to destroy your enemies. Your victory will do that for you. Simply remain faithful, remain still, and let your peace be your proclamation. The enemy's fury only reveals his fear of what you're becoming. You are not losing ground, you are claiming it. Every confrontation strengthens your crown. Every battle affirms your belonging. The clash of thrones is not against you, it is around you, because of the glory that rests within you. When this war passes, and it will, you will not emerge the same. You will rise as one who knows their authority, who carries the calm of a conqueror and the compassion of a king. You will rule not from pride, but from peace. For in the end, the true throne is not won by force, it is established by faith. Chosen one, now that you have lifted your scepter and faced the clash of thrones, heaven begins to train your voice. This is the next level of dominion, the awakening of the voice that commands legions. For long you have spoken softly, careful not to disturb, afraid to offend, but within your words lies power far greater than you have imagined. Heaven has placed a creative force within your tongue. Your decree has weight in realms you cannot see. When you speak with faith, angels move, atmospheres shift, and even time bends to accommodate destiny. Your voice has always been spiritual currency. Every syllable you utter either invests in life or drains it away. That is why darkness tried to silence you through discouragement, shame, and self-doubt. The enemy knows that if your mouth ever aligns with your identity, his influence collapses. When a chosen one remembers who they are and dares to speak as heaven speaks, all of creation must respond. Your authority is not found in volume but in alignment. You don't have to shout to shake the earth, you simply have to agree with heaven. The tone of obedience carries more force than the noise of rebellion. Heaven is teaching you how to speak again, not from pain, but from purpose. Not from fear, but from fire. Every time you open your mouth under divine guidance, something invisible obeys. This is why your words have been weighed before they are released. The king will not allow a royal decree to flow from a reckless heart. He has spent years teaching you restraint, discipline, and timing. You've learned that silence can sometimes be stronger than speech, and that when you finally speak, it should be truth dressed in grace. The world listens differently when a voice carries divine weight. Do you remember the times you whispered prayers in the dark, when no one knew your battles? Those words were not wasted. They were seeds planted in eternal soil. Even now, they are blooming into outcomes you are just beginning to see. Heaven never forgets a word spoken in faith. The same God who counted your tears has recorded your declarations. They are being replayed as music in the unseen, harmonizing with heaven's will for your life. When God formed you, He embedded His breath inside you. The first sound humanity ever made came from borrowed divinity breath shaped into language. That same breath still flows through you. When you speak under the Spirit's guidance, it is not mere air moving, it is divine intention becoming audible. That is why you must guard your words, for they do not vanish, they travel. They build, bless, or break. And now, heaven calls you to build. The voice that commands legions does not plead, it proclaims. It doesn't react to darkness, it defines the boundaries of light. When you say peace, be still, heaven amplifies it into the winds. When you declare, I shall not be moved, the foundations of your faith tighten beneath you. When you speak love over those who curse you, chains break silently. Every act of verbal grace dethrones something demonic. The world around you is shaped by speech. God Himself created through words. Let there be light was not a suggestion, it was a command. The same creative essence flows through your veins. You have inherited that holy ability to form with your mouth what you have seen in your spirit. Heaven waits for your agreement to bring manifestation to the earth. As the apostle reminds us in the letter to the Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. This is the eternal truth behind your voice. It is a weapon, a tool, a seed, a bridge. What you say shapes what you see. Speak with intention, for every word either builds a palace or opens a pit. Speak life into your path, even when you cannot see where it leads. Speak blessing over your enemies, and you will watch heaven vindicate you in silence. Speak healing over your body, and your cells will begin to obey the memory of divine order. Chosen one, this is your awakening as a ruler through words. You are not called to echo pain, you are called to announce purpose. When others curse their season, you will bless yours. When others complain of chaos, you will command calm. The same spirit that hovered over the deep before creation now hovers over your words, waiting for you to release what heaven has whispered into your heart. From this day on, measure your speech as a royal steward. Speak truth even when it trembles. Speak peace even when you are pressed. Speak faith even when fear whispers. The language of the chosen must always sound like hope. Let your tone carry the fragrance of heaven. For your voice, beloved, is not mere sound, it is a scepter disguised as speech. A crown made audible. A divine decree carried on breath. Chosen one. Now that your voice has awakened, heaven begins to teach you a language only the anointed understand, the secret language of the anointed. It is not spoken with the lips, but with the Spirit. It is the communication between your soul and eternity. The frequency where heaven and heart meet. This is the tongue of those who have walked through fire and still worship. It is the dialect of those who love God not just when He speaks, but even when He is silent. You have felt this language before, even if you did not recognize it. It was in the groan you released when words failed. It was in the sigh that carried more faith than an entire sermon. It was in the tear that rolled down your face, unspoken but understood in heaven's courts. That, beloved, was prayer in its purest form, the secret conversation of the anointed. The world will never understand this language, for it cannot be learned by intellect, it must be lived through intimacy. It is born in surrender and spoken through obedience. You begin to hear it in divine timing, in coincidences that are not coincidences, in dreams that echo truth, in verses that leap off the page at the exact moment your spirit needs them. The language of the anointed is not noise, it is knowing. This is why God often isolates His chosen before He elevates them. He removes you from the chatter of the world so you can learn the whisper of His Spirit. You can only master this language in stillness. The more time you spend in His presence, the more fluent you become. Soon, you begin to recognize His tone even in trials, His hand even in heartbreak, His guidance even in grief. It is a language of symbols and seasons. A closed door might be saying, "Not yet." A delay might mean, "I'm protecting you." A loss might actually whisper, "I'm making room for greater glory." When you understand heaven's speech, you stop fighting what was meant to form you. You stop panicking at endings because you recognize them as beginnings in disguise. The anointed do not speak only to be heard, they speak to align heaven with earth. Every declaration becomes a dialogue between realms. When you say peace, angels respond. When you say thank you, heaven expands its generosity. When you say I forgive, the chains that bound generations snap quietly in the unseen. You may never know how many miracles begin with a single word you release in faith. This sacred connection is described in the holy texts, reminding us that heaven listens to the heart's language. As the apostle writes in the letter to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 26, "The Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit Himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. Even when you cannot articulate your needs, heaven still hears you." The Spirit translates your pain into purpose, your sighs into songs, your silence into intercession. Nothing spoken from your heart is ever lost. It is collected, interpreted, and answered by the one who understands your soul better than you do. When you master the secret language, you no longer live as one who begs, you live as one who belongs. You speak differently, walk differently, and see differently. You start noticing patterns of grace, how doors open exactly when you stop forcing them, how peace appears the moment you surrender, how divine help arrives precisely when strength runs out. You realize you were never without communication. You were simply learning to listen. And now, beloved, as heaven tunes your spirit to its frequency, you are invited into a prophetic act of alignment. Type these words below as a declaration: I hear you. 3 simple words, yet they shake unseen realms. When you write them, you declare that you are done living deaf to divine direction. You are saying, Lord, I am attentive. I recognize your hand in my life. I will no longer doubt what you've already spoken. Those words open your spiritual ears. They are not just typed, they are received in heaven as consent to deeper revelation. This is how the anointed live, not reacting to noise, but responding to whispers. You will know when to move, when to wait, when to speak, when to remain silent. Heaven's language will guide you through the unknown like light in a dark valley. You no longer need to fear confusion. The spirit within you is fluent in heaven's speech. He will translate divine instruction into inner peace, and if peace disappears, you will know not to proceed. This is wisdom. This is relationship. This is the secret language of the chosen. So listen closely. Chosen vessel, your silence is no longer empty. It is conversation. Every breath you take while believing is prayer. Every heartbeat in surrender is worship. You are learning the divine dialect that only the crowned understand. And from this moment forward, you will never again mistake heaven's quiet for absence. The King is still speaking, and now you finally understand his tongue. Chosen one, the banquet of kings is now prepared. The fragrance of abundance fills the air around your life, and heaven lays before you what was once withheld. You have fasted in spirit, hungered for truth, and waited in silence. And now, the table is set. Every tear you sowed in past seasons has turned into the harvest that waits before you. The famine of yesterday gives way to the feast of today. This banquet is not made of silver and gold, but of peace and purpose. It is the table of fulfillment, where everything God promised begins to take form. The King invites you to sit, not as a guest, but as family. You are not at the edge of the table, you are seated near the heart of the one who called you. Around this divine table lies wisdom, restoration, and joy that cannot be stolen. The table itself is made from every trial that once threatened to break you, now repurposed into strength. Look around, beloved. The seats once filled by betrayal are now occupied by grace. The cup that once ran dry overflows again. The oil that seemed scarce is now abundant. This is not a dream, it is redemption. You have entered a season where scarcity bows to divine supply. Heaven is reminding you that abundance was never about material possession. It was always about spiritual position. You sit where you used to beg, and you feast where you used to fast. Every king's banquet has a story behind it. Before the feast, there was hunger. Before laughter, there were tears. Before the crown, there was a cross. That pattern was necessary. It kept your heart humble while your hands were being anointed. You were trained by lack so that you could steward plenty with gratitude. Abundance is a teacher. It teaches that generosity sustains what gratitude receives. You will find that the more you pour out, the more heaven pours in. The kingdom's economy does not operate on hoarding, but on flowing. When you hold tightly, you block the river. When you give freely, you expand its course. That is why the Father blesses the open-handed. Because giving is not loss, it is planting. Every seed sown in love grows into fruit that nourishes more than you can ever imagine. The hand that gives becomes the branch that bears. When you give, you echo creation itself. Just as rain falls without asking where it lands, your generosity blesses without calculation. Heaven counts not the size of the gift, but the sincerity behind it. Every selfless act becomes a prayer in motion, and the universe rearranges itself to return multiplied grace into your hands. There are seasons when giving feels risky, when you pour out even while empty. Yet that is the most powerful moment of all, for faith becomes your currency. Each act of surrender becomes a seed that germinates in invisible soil. In time, that unseen harvest returns not as things alone, but as peace, strength, and holy satisfaction. The divine truth echoes through Scripture as a reminder of the King's heart toward the generous. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 25, a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. This is the rhythm of divine reciprocity. What you release in kindness returns in abundance. You refresh others, and heaven refreshes you. It is not transaction, it is transformation. So, beloved, as you sit at this spiritual banquet, I invite you to let the flow continue. If these words have nourished you, share them as you would share bread with the hungry. Someone, somewhere, is starving for hope, and your simple act of sharing might become the doorway to their awakening. Like this message, not for numbers, but as a sign that your heart is in alignment with gratitude. When you press that heart, you are saying, "I receive this word." Share it as an offering of light in a world dimmed by noise. Let your action be the echo that carries this message to another soul who needs the reminder that they, too, have a seat at the King's table. Subscribe if your spirit feels drawn to stay at this table. Not because it's a digital action, but because it's symbolic of communion, staying connected to the flow of daily bread that nourishes your spirit and strengthens your walk. And if your heart feels stirred, if you sense the gentle nudge of heaven whispering, "Pour out what you have received," consider sowing back into this work, not as payment, but as partnership. When you give, you add another candle to the banquet hall, another seat for a lost one to find their way home. Your support, whether prayer, encouragement, or contribution, is the oil that keeps the lamp burning. Think of it as adding warmth to a table that will never run out of space. For the banquet of kings is not exclusive. It expands with every act of love. Every seed you plant becomes another invitation extended, another plate served, another soul restored. This is what it means to feast in the kingdom. You eat and then you share. Chosen one, abundance has come not just to fill you, but to flow through you. You are not merely invited to the banquet, you are entrusted with it. From this day on, may your life become a living table where others find nourishment, comfort, and truth. Let every word, every gesture, every gift become a meal served in love. The banquet of kings has begun and your seat is waiting. Eat freely, give generously, and let gratitude be the fragrance that fills the air around you. Chosen one, the crown upon your spirit is radiant, but it must now be protected. The world around you grows louder by the day, and only those clothed in divine strength can stand unmoved. This is where the armor of the chosen is fitted upon you piece by piece, forged not of steel but of surrender. You cannot buy it, you cannot fake it, and you cannot wear it without humility. It is the armor heaven designs in secret places for those who have endured the refining fire. The armor does not shine to impress, it shines to warn darkness that you have been made ready. Every piece of it was formed through experience. The belt of truth came from your willingness to face yourself. The breastplate of righteousness was molded from every time you chose integrity when temptation called. The shoes of peace were shaped in the moments you walked away from conflict, even when pride wanted to stay. The shield of faith was built from every storm you outlasted, and the sword of the Spirit was sharpened by every word of God that you clung to in the night. Heaven wastes nothing. Beloved, even your pain has become armor. Every tear became a rivet. Every heartbreak became steel. You are not fragile, you are fortified. The trials you thought would break you have only made you more resistant to deception. Now, when lies approach, they cannot pierce your heart, for righteousness guards it. When fear knocks, it finds no open door, for peace stands at the threshold. You wear this armor differently from how the world wears defense. You do not use it to hide, you use it to heal. Every movement you make in love disarms an enemy. Every act of compassion sends tremors through the kingdom of darkness. The true warrior of God does not need to shout. Their stillness speaks louder than chaos. The armor of the chosen is not heavy. It is holy. It does not restrict you, it releases you. The more you walk in obedience, the lighter it feels. For it was never meant to weigh you down, only to keep you grounded. You have seen enough spiritual battles to know that victory rarely looks like domination. Sometimes it looks like peace in the midst of provocation, silence in the face of slander, and joy when nothing makes sense. These are the invisible shields that hell cannot penetrate. This armor also covers your mind. The helmet of salvation protects your thoughts from despair. Every time doubt whispers, "You are unworthy," the helmet reminds you, "You are redeemed." When anxiety presses in, the assurance of salvation becomes a fortress, unshaken by the wind. Your mind is no longer the enemy's playground. It has become the throne room of truth. The enemy fears a believer who knows how to stay armored and gentle at once. He cannot manipulate what is grounded in grace. You are learning this balance now, to stand firm without becoming hard, to fight fiercely without losing tenderness. The armor you wear is not to wage war against flesh, but against confusion, injustice, and spiritual oppression. Your gentleness is not weakness, it is disciplined power. The world knows how to roar, but few know how to remain kind while carrying a sword. That is what sets you apart. You fight with compassion, not cruelty, with truth, not pride. Your calm presence itself becomes a declaration that heaven still governs the earth. The Word of God confirms the power of your divine armor. As the Apostle reminds us in the letter to the Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11, "Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil." This is not a suggestion. It is an instruction written in love. You were never meant to face battles unprotected. You are equipped with everything necessary to endure, to overcome, to reign. The armor is not a decoration of holiness. It is the manifestation of it. Every part of it glows with the evidence of your transformation. The more you wear it, the more the world will test it. Some will mistake your restraint for weakness. Others will misinterpret your mercy as naivety. Let them. The anointed do not explain themselves. They express heaven through consistency. The armor does not make noise, it makes impact. It makes. Remember this, the armor of the chosen must be polished daily through prayer. Neglect allows corrosion. Worship restores shine. Gratitude keeps the joints flexible, and humility ensures the fit never tightens in pride. There is no armor for the back because retreat is not part of your design. You are built to advance calmly, gracefully, triumphantly. When arrows of discouragement come, lift your shield of faith. When words of doubt aim for your heart, remember your righteousness. When confusion clouds your path, let peace guide your steps. You will not be overtaken, for you wear what heaven itself has fashioned. And when you finally look at yourself in the reflection of grace, you will realize this truth: the armor is not separate from you. It has become you. You and heaven now move as one. You are not simply defended, you are divine in purpose. Steadfast in courage, radiant in love, the chosen do not merely survive the battle, they redefine it. Chosen one, you have worn the armor and survived the silence. Now heaven teaches you how to walk in what you wear, to live daily with the dignity of royalty. This is the code of royal conduct. For though your crown is invisible, its presence is known. The way you move, speak, and choose must now reflect the one whose name you carry. Royal power is not only displayed in miracles, it is revealed in manners. The code is simple yet sacred: humility over ego, service over show, integrity over influence. You do not carry light to compete with others, you carry it to complete what is lacking around you. The true strength of royalty is not how loudly it commands, but how gently it restores. Heaven is not seeking performers but ambassadors, those who represent the kingdom with grace, wisdom, and balance. To live by this code means you must think higher, even when surrounded by low behavior. You cannot argue with those committed to misunderstanding you. You cannot descend into gossip or resentment, for your speech builds thrones, not cages. Every word you speak now must pass through the filter of love. You are no longer reacting, you are reigning. The royal mind is slow to anger, quick to discern, and anchored in peace. This is why God spent years refining your heart before releasing your influence. Authority without empathy becomes tyranny. You were made to rule differently, to lead by example, to love when others condemn, to forgive when others fight. Your calm will confuse chaos. Your consistency will convict the careless. You are heaven's reflection, moving through the earth in human form. Royal conduct is not just about how you treat others. It's about how you govern yourself. You must watch over your thoughts as a king guards his treasury. Every emotion must bow before discernment. Every desire must submit to purpose. Self-control is not limitation, it is liberation. When your emotions no longer dictate your actions, you become unstoppable. Do not let the world pull you into its cycles of reaction. When insulted, bless. When excluded, honor. When envied, stay silent. This is not weakness, it is wisdom. Those who walk in divine restraint carry the fragrance of true authority. You are not here to prove your power. You are here to demonstrate peace. Heaven recorded this pattern long ago, reminding you of the eternal posture of the righteous, as was spoken in the book of Micah, chapter 6, verse 8. He has shown you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. This is your royal code in one sentence: justice, mercy, and humility. Walk it daily, and the world will recognize your crown without you having to display it. The more authority you carry, the more humility you must choose. Power without gentleness corrodes, power with kindness transforms. You are called to embody both lion and lamb, to roar when truth demands it, and to rest when grace is enough. Royal conduct is the art of knowing which moment requires which posture. You will notice that divine wisdom often asks you to take the quieter road. The loudest one is rarely the holiest. Heaven trusts those who can endure misunderstanding without abandoning their mission. You must learn to see through insult into insight, through delay into direction. The chosen do not take offense easily because they understand that offense is a distraction designed to detour destiny. So when people misunderstand your intentions, do not defend, demonstrate. When they gossip, do not respond, radiate. When they curse, do not curse back, continue blessing. Your restraint is your revenge. Your peace is your proof. The code of royalty is written in invisible ink across every response that chooses grace over reaction. And now, beloved, heaven invites you once again into agreement. If these words resonate with your spirit, type this number below as a declaration of alignment: 555. When you write 555, you are not just entering digits, you are proclaiming transformation. In prophetic symbolism, it represents grace multiplied, divine change, and the fullness of heavenly order taking form on earth. By commenting it, you declare that your life now moves in step with heaven's rhythm, that your speech, choices, and actions are all governed by holy wisdom. As you live this code, the atmosphere around you will shift. Where others see conflict, you will see opportunity. Where others seek revenge, you will seek redemption. People will notice something different about you. They will feel peace when you enter, clarity when you speak, and conviction when you leave. This is not charisma, it is consecration. Remember, chosen one crowns are not sustained by charisma but by character. The code you live by will determine how long you reign. Let your humility be your greatest adornment and your mercy your sharpest weapon. You will not need to demand respect, your peace will command it for you. From this day forward, carry yourself with quiet confidence. Let your steps echo the rhythm of eternity. Your words carry the fragrance of heaven, and your decisions mirror the wisdom of the throne. You are more than chosen, you are trusted. And trust, once given by heaven, must be guarded with every breath. Chosen one, the time has come to reclaim what was lost. You have been trained, refined, armed, and anointed. Now heaven calls you to rise and recover the territories that once belonged to you, territories of peace, purpose, joy, and promise. You will not step into new land until you first reclaim the old ground that the enemy stole through distraction, fear, or fatigue. This is not just about external blessings. It is about restoring every dimension of your divine inheritance. For years, pieces of you have been scattered, fragments of hope left in yesterday's pain, parts of your voice silenced in moments of shame. But heaven never forgot where they fell. Every fragment has been marked for redemption. The Spirit moves now like a divine wind, gathering what was broken and returning it to you whole. What was taken unlawfully must be returned lawfully, for the decree has been issued from heaven's throne. It is restoration season. You will begin to sense it, doors that once closed beginning to reopen. Opportunities long buried resurfacing with new life. Relationships once fractured slowly being mended in ways that bring healing rather than harm. This is what divine justice looks like, not revenge, but restoration, not payback, but purpose. The tables are turning, not because you fought harder, but because you waited faithfully. The kingdom of God does not operate on human fairness. It moves on divine order. What you lost in one season becomes multiplied in the next. Every delay becomes double portion. Every disappointment becomes divine redirection. The same places where you were mocked will become the places where you are celebrated. The same voices that doubted you will one day bear witness to your restoration. The Word of God has spoken of this holy reversal through His prophet long ago. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 25. I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. You will soon notice this pattern. Doors will open not because you chase them, but because they recognize you. Favor will find you in places where you once faced failure. People who dismissed you will feel drawn to your peace, not understanding that it is not you they are drawn to, it is the presence you carry. The restoration will not only be visible, it will be spiritual. You will recover your confidence, your laughter, your clarity, and your childlike wonder. The restoration of the chosen is never shallow. It reaches every level. God restores not just what you lost, but who you were before you lost it. He is returning you to your original purity of purpose, the fearless faith you once had before disappointment whispered otherwise. He is restoring the rhythm of joy that once danced through your days before pain slowed your steps. This recovery will not come through striving. You cannot chase what is divinely assigned. You recover by alignment, not by anxiety. When your spirit aligns with heaven's timing, restoration flows naturally, like a river returning to its course. That is why you are being asked to rest while reclaiming, to trust while moving, to praise even before you see the proof. Some of the things you thought were stolen were only stored. Heaven hid them until you were ready to handle them with wisdom. When you lacked maturity, access was denied, not to punish, but to protect. Now that your character has caught up with your calling, the gates are opening again. And this time, what returns will not slip through your fingers. You will not have to beg to keep it, because it will fit who you have become. Old blessings cannot thrive in old mindsets. That is why you had to grow before they came back. The new version of you will steward what the old version lost. Beloved, do not look for restoration in the same places that broke you. The well you once drew from is dry for a reason. God restores through new channels, unexpected connections, unseen pathways. You will not find what was stolen by retracing old steps. You will find it by walking in new obedience. The past cannot deliver your future. Reclamation is not about returning to what was. It's about resurrecting what was meant to be. This is a holy recovery, guided by wisdom and sealed by grace. You are not returning empty-handed. You are returning equipped. You will possess again what was promised, but this time it will not be temporary. You are being trusted with permanence. Chosen one, lift your head and take inventory of what is coming back to you. Peace is returning. Creativity is returning. Confidence is returning. Love is returning. The laughter that once left your lips will echo again in your home. Every stolen sunrise will find its way back to your horizon. The restoration has already begun, not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Step into it with gratitude. You are not merely recovering what was lost. You are reclaiming who you truly are. Chosen one, the roar is rising within you. It has been growing quietly, hidden beneath your prayers, woven through your patience, pulsing in every moment you chose faith over fear. The roar that breaks chains is not an outward sound, it is an inward release. It is the moment your spirit remembers its authority, when your voice becomes a force of liberation, not just for you, but for others bound in silence. This roar is not of anger, it is of awakening. It is the language of the free, the sound of one who finally believes that captivity was never their portion. You do not roar to be heard, you roar because you are healed. The sound comes from the deep well of your spirit where divine truth and holy fire meet. When this roar emerges, it shakes foundations, dismantles lies, and announces to the unseen the chosen have awakened. You may feel it even now, a stirring in your chest, a rising in your heart, a sacred energy pressing upward like dawn breaking through darkness. That is heaven's confirmation. Your voice was never small, it was only suppressed. But suppression cannot survive revelation. Every time you speak truth, a chain somewhere snaps. Every time you choose love, a wall somewhere crumbles. Every time you forgive, a gate somewhere opens. The roar of the chosen carries no bitterness, it carries breakthrough. It is not an act of rebellion, it is the sound of remembrance. You are remembering the authority of your creation, the dignity of your calling, the power that has always flowed through you. This roar is your yes to heaven, your no to defeat, your declaration that bondage has expired. Do not misunderstand this roar as noise. It is precision. It does not come from volume, but from conviction. A whisper backed by heaven carries more force than a scream rooted in fear. When you speak what God has spoken, your voice travels farther than sound. It echoes through time, freeing generations after you. Heaven confirms this eternal truth with a glimpse of divine power. It is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 107, verse 14. He brought them out of darkness and the shadow of death, and broke their chains in pieces. This is the essence of your roar. It is not your effort, but His expression through you. You are the vessel, but the power is divine. You are the instrument, but the melody is eternal. The chains that bound your lineage tremble now because your obedience has become a weapon. Every chosen one carries a roar. For some, it comes through words of prophecy. For others, through acts of compassion, through songs that heal, through art that restores, through leadership that liberates. Your roar is not limited to speech. It is any expression of heaven that silences oppression. When you operate in your purpose, you roar. Chains do not always appear as iron. They disguise themselves as doubt, fear, guilt, and shame. They hide in hesitation, in the quiet voice that says, "You are not enough." But every time you move in faith, that voice loses strength. Every step you take in courage is another link broken. Soon, you realize that the chains were never as strong as they appeared. They only had the power you gave them. The roar within you is a reflection of divine mercy. God does not release sound without sending freedom. When He causes you to speak, something shifts in the atmosphere. That's why your prayers have grown more intense, your worship more fiery, your words more weighted. They are carrying the vibration of heaven's deliverance. And this roar is not only for you. You have been positioned as a liberator. Others will find freedom in your freedom. There are people whose hearts are locked until your obedience becomes the key. Your story, your voice, your resilience. These are instruments heaven uses to unlock other souls. What once enslaved you now equips you to guide others out. This is why your process was painful. You had to experience chains to understand the sound of breaking. You had to taste captivity to value release. The roar of freedom carries authenticity only when it comes from one who has known bondage. That's why your worship carries weight. It is not performance, it is memory. Every hallelujah you release is an earthquake in the spirit. And when you roar, whether through prayer, art, teaching, or simple kindness, hell takes notice. You do not need to fight the way you once did. Your sound does the fighting for you. The enemy's strategy has always been silence. Heaven's counter has always been sound. When you lift your voice, you remind darkness that it has no dominion here. So, chosen one, let the roar rise. Let it vibrate through your bones until every remnant of fear dissolves. Let it echo beyond your past, rewriting your bloodline's story. You are not a prisoner of what was, you are a herald of what's coming. The chains are gone, the silence is broken, and heaven applauds the sound of your return to freedom. From this day forward, your voice will no longer tremble, it will thunder with truth, love, and purpose. You have become the roar that breaks chains, and the world will never be the same because of it. Chosen one, the time of unveiling has come. The coronation before witnesses is not a ceremony of gold and trumpets, it is a revelation. The crown you have carried in secret will now gleam where others can see it. Heaven has decided that what was hidden must now be honored. You will not need to announce it, your peace will. You will not need to prove it, your fruit will. Those who once doubted your worth will now behold the evidence of what endurance births. The coronation of the chosen is unlike any earthly ritual. It does not begin with applause, it begins with stillness. You feel it before anyone sees it, the atmosphere changes around you. The weight of your calling settles more deeply, and you begin to sense that something invisible is being acknowledged. Heaven crowns you in the unseen before the earth echoes men. It is not about glory, it is about governance. You are being set apart, not set above. The crown does not make you better, it makes you responsible. The moment heaven places it upon you, you become a caretaker of lives, not a collector of praise. True royalty knows that greatness is service disguised as sovereignty. Imagine it. Beloved, your crown glows not like metal, but like morning light. It is woven from every trial you endured, every yes you whispered through tears, every moment you chose obedience over convenience. You wear resilience, compassion, and wisdom as jewels upon your head. The world will see beauty. Heaven will see testimony. Do not be surprised when people treat you differently. Some will honor the light. Others will feel convicted by it. Do not take either reaction personally. The crown amplifies truth, and truth exposes both loyalty and fear. Stay centered. Stay gracious. Let humility be the fragrance that flows from your coronation. The Word of God confirms this pattern, describing what happens when honor finally meets obedience. As the prophet wrote in the book of Isaiah, chapter 62, verse 3, You will be a crown of splendor in the Lord's hand, a royal diadem in the hand of your God. That is what you are now, an adornment of glory, a reflection of divine craftsmanship. You are no longer defined by rejection or delay. You are evidence that the hand of God still raises those the world overlooks. And now, beloved, as heaven celebrates this coronation, I invite you into a simple act of gratitude. If these words have touched your heart, like this message not as ritual, but as recognition. Every tap, every act of acknowledgement is a whisper back to heaven saying, I see what you're doing in me. When you share it, you're passing a spark. Someone in silence needs to know they are next in line to be crowned. Your sharing becomes a hand extended into their darkness, guiding them toward their own light. Subscribe if your heart feels called to walk with this growing circle of chosen ones. Consider it not as joining a channel, but as sitting in a shared chamber of faith where every word spoken builds, heals, and reminds us that we are not alone on the path to purpose. And if your spirit feels stirred, if gratitude wells up and you wish to keep this flame burning brighter for others, you can pour back. Support this flow however you're led through prayer, kindness, or contribution. Each seed keeps the lamp lit for souls still wandering in night. Think of it as adding another flame to a great chandelier of grace. The more we pour, the more the room glows. Then, as an act of faith and alignment, I ask you to comment these words below, I wear my crown. It's a simple statement, but when you write it, you affirm what heaven already declared: you are crowned, not someday, but now. You're saying to the atmosphere, my waiting season has ended. My ruling season has begun. When others read your comment, they'll feel something stir inside them too, the courage to claim their crown as well. Your coronation is not about status, it's about stewardship. The throne you occupy is not made of marble but of mercy. It's not built for dominance but for destiny. You are now positioned to bring light into boardrooms, comfort into classrooms, faith into families. Every space you enter becomes a temple, because the presence you carry is royal by design. So walk gently, speak wisely, love deeply. The crown you wear is unseen by most, but all will feel its effect. You are the king's reflection, ordinary enough to be approachable, but extraordinary enough to shift atmospheres. Let your humility be your crown's polish. Let your peace be its proof. This is your coronation before witnesses. The heavens applaud, the earth observes, and destiny stands to attention. You have been crowned not for what you've gained, but for what you've given. Not for the applause of men, but for the approval of the eternal. And now, chosen one, rise and reign in love. Chosen one, the reign of the righteous begins not with thunder or spectacle, but with quiet authority. It is the dawn after a long night, the kind of light that spreads without noise, touching everything it meets. This reign is not about crowns or titles, it is about consistency. Heaven's kings and queens rule not by dominance but by discernment, not by fear but by faithfulness. You are stepping into that rhythm now. The royal walk has matured into the royal reign. You no longer chase approval, for purpose has replaced performance. You no longer need to prove your worth, because your obedience has already testified for you. You lead not through demand, but through demonstration. Your very presence begins to steady storms. Those near you feel safer, lighter, clearer, because righteousness has taken its rightful place upon your life. Righteousness is not perfection, it is alignment. It means your will has learned to dance with heavens. It means your words no longer stray into bitterness. Your actions no longer spring from ego. Righteousness is quiet strength, invisible integrity, holy balance. It governs your choices when no one is watching. It's what makes you choose peace over pettiness, truth over comfort, compassion over control. This reign is unlike the reigns of men. Earthly rulers seek to be served, but divine rulers seek to serve. You will notice that the more authority heaven gives you, the softer your heart becomes. Power has not made you proud, it has made you tender. The reign of the righteous is built on mercy, upheld by justice and fueled by compassion. You no longer need to shout to be heard. The purity of your spirit speaks for you. The reign of the righteous also brings divine order to your environment. Confusion loses its place around you. Chaos begins to retreat because righteousness carries structure. What you touch begins to prosper, not because of your effort, but because of your essence. When you step into a place, you carry equilibrium, spiritual balance that restores everything to harmony. This is not arrogance, it is atmosphere. Heaven has trained you to bring peace where others bring pressure. Heaven's reign moves through gentleness, not aggression. You will find that you no longer need to fight for what is already yours. You no longer chase validation because you embody value. The righteous rule through patience, not haste. They know when to wait, when to speak, when to move. They listen more than they lecture. They build bridges instead of walls. And because of this, their influence endures far beyond their presence. Heaven affirms this sacred principle through the words of the ancient psalmist. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 37, verse 29. The righteous will inherit the land and dwell in it forever. This promise is not a metaphor, it is a map. To inherit the land means to establish peace wherever you stand. To dwell forever means that what you build through righteousness will outlive you. Your influence will ripple into generations that will never know your name but will live under the shelter of your obedience. The reign of the righteous transforms ordinary tasks into sacred duties. Whether you lead nations or nurture one soul, your work becomes worship. Heaven measures greatness not by scale but by sincerity. The mother comforting her child, the teacher speaking life into a weary student, the artist creating beauty that heals all of them are reigning in righteousness. So are you. Do not fear this new season of responsibility. You were not chosen to carry the world, you were chosen to represent heaven within it. The weight feels heavy only when you forget that grace is your strength. Righteousness is not a burden to perform, but a gift to receive daily. You reign best when you rest in divine guidance, when you allow wisdom to lead instead of worry. The righteous reign is contagious. Others will begin to change simply by watching you. They will learn how to forgive by observing your patience, how to hope by hearing your gratitude, how to love by feeling your gentleness. You will become a living sermon, written not with ink but with actions. You may not even realize the depth of your impact. Sometimes, righteousness works quietly, healing hearts you never meet, mending wounds you never see. Your example will travel through words, through kindness, through presence. Long after you speak, your spirit will continue to echo peace into places your feet have never walked. Beloved, understand this: the reign of the righteous is not a reward. It is a responsibility. It demands wisdom, endurance, and compassion. Yet it also offers the sweetest joy, a life unburdened by striving, grounded in purpose, radiant with grace. You will walk in serenity, not because all storms cease, but because your heart no longer fears them. From this day, you will rule through love, govern through peace, and lead through example. The world may never call you king or queen, but heaven already has. The throne you sit upon is built of trust, and your crown gleams with humility. You are the living proof that righteousness still reigns on the earth. Chosen one, every reign must give birth to legacy. The eternal legacy of the crown does not fade when applause quiets or when the world forgets your name. It is not measured in monuments or memories, but in transformation. How many lives glimmer brighter because you chose to carry your light faithfully? Legacy is the echo of obedience. It is the fragrance that lingers after the chosen have walked away. You were never meant to rule for yourself. The crown was never about a single generation. It was a seed for the future. Every prayer you prayed in silence has already woven itself into the destinies of those who will come after you. The strength you built in battle becomes their starting place. The wisdom you gained through tears becomes their protection. This is how heaven multiplies influence through lineage, not lineage of blood alone, but of spirit. The eternal legacy you carry cannot be contained by time. It outlives failure, outshines opposition, and outlasts earthly applause. What you build in righteousness will continue to breathe long after your hands release it. A single act of love can rewrite a family's history. One word of truth spoken in faith can echo through centuries. The chosen do not chase relevance. They create ripples that eternity recognizes. Your legacy will not look like the world's. It will not always wear crowns of gold, but crowns of grace. It will not parade through corridors of fame, but through hearts transformed by kindness. You will live in the prayers of others, in the songs inspired by your courage, in the unseen chain of mercy that began when you forgave instead of retaliating. Heaven measures greatness by how much of itself it finds in you. Think of legacy as a lamp. Every good work, every act of faith, every decision made in obedience adds oil to its flame. When your time here is done, others will walk by that light. They may never know your story, but they will feel your warmth. The truest proof of divine royalty is not in how loudly you shine, but in how long your light lasts. Heaven speaks clearly about this enduring inheritance through words carved in holy wisdom. The apostle reminds us in his second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 9. He has scattered abroad his gifts to the poor. His righteousness endures forever. The gifts you scatter now, your compassion, your prayers, your truth become eternal. Every moment you choose generosity over greed, patience over pride, you are writing eternity into your timeline. Your righteousness will not be forgotten because it is not yours alone, it is God's work reflected through you. The world chases what fades. Heaven invests in what remains. Empires crumble, names vanish, but love endures. Your legacy will be remembered not because of how high you climbed, but because of how deeply you loved. You are a builder of unseen bridges, connecting hearts to hope, calling the forgotten home. The reward of your reign will not be crowns stored in vaults, but souls restored to grace. And remember, this legacy is not something you leave behind. It is something you live now. Every sunrise you greet with gratitude. Every injustice you confront with courage. Every wounded soul you comfort. You are shaping eternity. The ripples move outward, beyond what you can measure, carried by the same spirit that once hovered over the waters of creation. There will be those who pick up where you leave off. Some will carry your message in song, others in service, some in simple acts of everyday holiness. You will live through them, and they will build upon the foundation you've laid. This is how the kingdom expands, not through monuments, but through mentorship, not through fame, but through faithfulness. Your legacy will be written not only in words, but in atmospheres. Places you have prayed will remain marked. People you have blessed will unknowingly carry traces of your intercession. Even the ground where you stood in worship will remember. for creation itself bears witness to those who carry heaven's weight. The crowned never truly depart. They simply become the wind that guides others forward. Like the tide that returns again and again, your influence will revisit this world through countless lives awakened by the same love that once carried you. The fire that burns within you will leap from heart to heart, becoming the eternal flame of the chosen. When future generations walk through darkness, your light will whisper, "Keep going." When their faith falters, your example will remind them, "It's still worth it." When they forget who they are, your story will echo, "You are chosen too." This is the eternal legacy of the crowned, not a monument of marble, but a movement of mercy. You have become part of heaven's living history, written not with ink, but with spirit. You have walked the path of refinement, spoken the language of the anointed, worn the armor of the chosen, and now your legacy lives beyond you. Rest now, royal one. Your work has become worship. The seeds you planted are blooming in unseen fields. The generations will harvest what you have sown, and heaven itself will remember your obedience as song. You have not only reigned, you have remained. Your crown shines not just with glory, but with grace eternal.